dishonorable mention number 13 has to go to the Stretch Films Inc. Incorporated logo from 1998 to 2001. Man, I remember this logo giving me the spooks when I was a kid. So let me tell you how that happened. So I was watching this old classic cartoon called Courage the Cowardly Dog in my bedroom alone. And then after the episode basically, ended, logos were showing up. And one of those logos was this one. And then I saw a weird, poorly drawn smiley face with the word Inc. or Incorporated, or whichever you prefer in it. And then it popped up with some poorly drawn, jutting out teeth in it, which made me feel like that smiley face needs to go to the dentist. And I hate going to the dentist, guys. I hate going to the dentist. And I'm pretty sure you guys all hate going to the dentist too. I'd rather go to to the doctor or the ER to get some checkups a bajillion times than go to the freaking dentist. I hate going to the dentist. Back to the story though. But those jutting out teeth were disgusting. They were gross. They were ew. Yucky. So yeah. Then it made a weird laughing sound So yeah, then it just ended. And it also had a black background. Most of these logos have black backgrounds. What's going on here? So yeah. So nowadays, I don't mind this logo. I think it's kind of funny nowadays. So yeah, what do you think of this logo? Let me know down in the comments below. So yeah. So that's all I have to say about this logo. So dishonorable mention number 13 has to go to the Stretch Films Inc. Incorporated logo from 1998 to 2001. Dishonorable mention number 14 has to go to the Wind Dancer Films logo from 2004 to 2011. Man, I remember this logo giving me the spooks and making me think this logo was absolutely terrifying when I was little and younger. Let me tell you how that happened. So, I was in my grandmother's house in the nighttime, and upstairs in a bedroom, I'm watching a logo compilation video on YouTube. In the bedroom, like I said, alone. And one of those logos was this one. And then we see a black background. And the black background was absolutely terrifying in this logo. And then we see these deserts. And then we see a bird trapped in the middle of nowhere. He, she, or it. Whichever you prefer. The poor little bird. If I was there, I would bust he, she, or it out. She or it is trapped in a chain and a nail. So, but here's a miracle and a happy ending. He, she, or it busts out free. But then, or should we say it has a bad ending and terrifying ending? Because we hear some creepy and eerie and terrifying synthesizers we ever hear. In my opinion, or in your opinion, if you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. But then it gets a little louder, and then boom. And then the logo ends with the bird flying straight towards the logo. And the sun rising or setting. And then I shocked and terror and wimp and don't know what to do. But nowadays I love this logo and I always will. I also have to say this music is pretty soothing. But I also have to say I remember having nightmares about this logo when I was younger, especially with its music. So yeah, keep that in mind. So yeah, and also about the bird being trapped. So yeah, since I'm a little bit of claustrophobic. Yeah, not really though, so yeah, keep that in mind as well. So that, and I also have a DVD that has this logo appeared in it. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. So dishonorable mention number 14 has to go to the Wind Dancer Films logo from 2004 to 2011. Dishonorable mention 15 has to go to the Xanax Company logo. Man, I remember this logo making me feel like it was absolutely terrifying when I was little. Man, let me tell you how that happened. So I was in my grandmother's house in my old house. I don't know about you. And I was watching another logo compilation video on YouTube. One of those logos was this one. And then it started out with the whoosh sound and a red painting like noise. And I didn't mind that, but what I minded was the black background, for crying out loud and laughing out loud. And I hate black backgrounds. And then it had the creepiest synthesizer I ever heard in my life. Not really, but one of them. And it ended so terrifying that I almost ran to wherever I could to find my mother. Jeez, it still creeps me out today. Man. But I was brave enough to stay where I was in my grandmother's room. So yeah, but then when I was more calm enough, I played the logo compilation. So yeah, that's all I have to say here. I remember having nightmares about this logo still. And even still today, especially with its music and a black background. So yeah. And also, I hate this logo today. And I always will. So yeah. So dishonorable mention 15 has to go to the Xanax Company logo. Dishonorable mention 16 has to go to the CBSI Productions logo. Man, I have to say this one has a funny ass backstory. So don't think of me as a comedian like John Oliver or Chris Rock or Ellen DeGeneres or anybody like that. Alright? Alright. Even though I am very funny. Alright. So imagine me in my bedroom watching a top 10 scariest logos from my childhood video. Because I love those type of logo videos on YouTube. And then I was watching one of Roxy Entertainment's top 10 scariest logos from her childhood video. And then, as a kid with autism, ADHD, and epilepsy, as you all know by now, I hate creepy synthesizers and jump scares. And, even though I play video games and stuff like that have those type of stuff, but I can face my fears once in a while. Back to the story. While I was watching it, this logo popped up and gave me a really big ass jump scare, and had a really big ass creepy synthesizer. I am not joking. This is not a skit. Believe it or not. And I was alone, so believe it or not. So that's all I have to say. And it's just made me feel uneasy, and it gave me a big spook. So yeah. And I was like, uh-oh. We have another brand new reward for another scariest logo from my childhood. So yeah. This is another logo that is heading to our list. So yeah. Dishonorable mention number 16 has to go to the CBSI Productions logo. Dishonorable mention number 17 has to go to the One True Media logo. Man, this is probably the least known logo on this list. And I'm pretty sure you're all wondering how I encountered this logo. It's a very simple explanation, guys. So, here's how it started. So, I was in my bedroom when it was nighttime, alone, and I was watching this YouTuber talking about Ed's World. Rest in peace to Ed Duncan Ernest. He passed away due to cancer. He was a really good animator, I had to say. I like trains and stuff like that. Amen to that. To be honest, I like trains myself. And so did my great-grandfather. Let's get back to the story. But back in my decade, since like 2008 and 2007 and 2008, the year I was born, this logo would show up in every beginning and ending of every YouTube video, making me feel terrified or uneasy. So yeah. So there was this one time when I was in the bedroom in the nighttime alone watching this YouTube video, and then when it ended, this logo showed up. Then I saw flash, and as a kid with autism, I kind of despise black backgrounds, and for crying out loud and laughing out loud, creepy synthesizers. And then I saw the flashing lights flying around like a sci-fi movie, like that old movie Alien or Gravity, if you with Sigourney Weaver and Tom Skerritt, or Sandra Bullock or George Clooney, if you've seen those movies. But then it ended immediately with that creepy synthesizer. And then it made me in shock and terror. It was absolutely terrifying, and I absolutely cannot believe it was in every YouTube video for years and decades. And all I have to say now is thank God they shutted it down in the late 2010 decades. I don't know what year, but I'll find out soon and remember it forever and all eternity. All right. So, dishonorable mention 17 is the One True Media logo. Dishonorable mention number 18, our final dishonorable mention in this list, has to go to the Phoenix Pictures logo from 1998. Man, I remember this logo scaring the living daylights out of me when I was little. So let me tell you how that happened. So I was about 5 years old, 6 years old, or 7 years old when this logo scared the living crap out of me. And I have two backstories of when this logo scared me, and I'm gonna tell you one of them right now. So yeah. So I was in my old house in the back porch with my mother, my father, and my sister. We were having a cookout, and I was watching another logo compilation video on YouTube. Imagine that. And one of those logos that I was watching was this one. And then it started out with a black background. You know what? And as you all know, I despise black backgrounds. I absolutely hate them. I don't know why, but I do. I'm just afraid of them. And then it had some weird and creepy classical music I ever heard in my life. Sounded like I was entering some haunted apartment, like in the movie Quarantine. And then it got louder and louder, and then it ended with a creepy orchestral synth. And then the fire vanished. And then you see the black background again. And I also remember having nightmares about this logo, especially with the black background and the fire logo and its music. So yeah, so keep that in mind. So yeah. But today, I forgive this logo and I love this logo. Forever and for all eternity. And I always will. And one of my DVDs has this logo. But unfortunately, it was only used in 1998, as you know. And only, the fanfare was only used in 1998 and only in one movie as well. So yeah. So that's all I have to say about this logo. So, dishonorable mention number 18, our final dishonorable mention in this list, has to go to Phoenix Pictures from 1998. So, adios, dishonorable mentions. So off to number 1 we go. And so, congratulations, my family, friends, and fans. We've reached number 1 to my scariest logo of all time from my childhood. Fasten your seatbelts real tight now and prepare yourselves. It may not, some of y'all, it may not be scary to you, but it's my number 1 worst childhood nightmare of all time. And here it is. Number 1 is the Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment logo from 2008 to 2012. This has, in my opinion, is the most scariest, terrifying, and most petrifying logo I ever encountered in my entire life. Scarier than the Little Airplane Productions logo from 2008 to present. Scarier than the Wild Brain logo from 2007 to 2017. Scarier than a Nickelodeon light bulb logo from 2007 to 2010. Scarier than the Big Idea logo from every beginning of every VeggieTales episode, and scarier than the Columbia TriStar DVD logo from 1998 to 2001, and scarier than a Warner Home Video logo from 1997 to 2006, and scarier than a Paramount DVD logo. Scarier than all of my dishonorable mentions I mentioned to y'all, and even scarier than the creepy, ugly, laughing Nick Jr. Productions logo from 1997 to 2009. Originally, I was going to add that logo to number 1, but I realized how terrifying this logo was, the Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment logo, so I added that one instead. So yeah. So here's my backstory of how this logo scared me. So I was in my old house. So yeah, I did have another old house, and I was hanging out in my playroom alone. It was sunset, I suppose, and I was watching an episode from of one of my favorite childhood shows that I absolutely loved watching. It was one of my top favorite, and it was Baby Einstein. Man, I loved Baby Einstein. I always watched it when I was a kid, but if you hate that show, I'll always respect your opinion as long as you respect mine. But before the episode can even start, logos were showing up, and one of those logos was this one. But man, it was the late one, so here comes some bad news. And then as a kid with autism, I do not like an ADHD, and nowadays epilepsy. Like I said, I do not like creepy synthesizers, jump scares, and heavy orchestral low pitch jump scares and hits. And and that is all of the above with this logo. And then it gave me a full-on jump scare with this logo. And then after the logo ended, and in the middle, or otherwise the middle of it, it scared the living daylights out of me and the bejesus out of me. I ran out of the playroom, cried, running like Willem Dafoe, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Cruise, and Matt Damon, or a military soldier in military school, or otherwise a firefighter, or a cop, or paramedic, or somebody like that. Like, I'm a good runner, or somebody. Then let's just get back to his story. But then I ran to my... then I was jumping everywhere and running and pushing and smashing everything I could so I could find my mother and father and grandmother and sister, because they were in the living room watching TV, running like Godzilla. And then I finally found them. Then I jumped into the couch and cried, and like we were the last family loners on Earth, like Lone Survivor and Mad Max. Like, yeah. Like, I was like 2 by that time. I was like extremely young. So they could protect me, like, from whatever ugly, like whatever ugly, gates to hell there was in a TV, whatever demon there was in a TV. So yeah. And it still scares me today. So yeah. And if you're gonna tell me in the comments below, Zach, do you love this logo today? I'm gonna say, hell no. Yeah, the whole damn nature of this logo is so damn scary to me. It still gives me nightmares today still. And it gave me nightmares when I was younger. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. And shout out to my family for giving me the protections when I was younger for those logos. So yeah. Especially my mother. So yeah. Yeah, this is the... So yeah. So all I have to say now is thank God they got rid of this fanfare and replaced it with a brand new one back in like 2012, I should say. Yeah, 2012, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, and I love it. Yeah, I love it way more. Yeah, yeah, the one that like was in Big Hero 6 and many, many other ones. Yeah, and it still appears in today. Yeah. Yeah. And I also remember when I used to hide under the blanket and alone, or otherwise hide under the blanket with my family in a living room, or otherwise with my mother and father, and with my grandmother, and with my sister, and wait until the logo was over and hide under the blanket with my kitten Milo, my sweet little actor rapper kitten, and wait until the logo was over as well. Like Mr. Filch and Miss Norris from Harry Potter. And I love cats, FYI, and I always will. And I'm a cat enthusiast, so yeah, keep that in mind. Alright. Did you know, to make matters even worse, they made a longer version with this logo? Yeah, they did. And did you know, back in 1991, Warner Brothers and Disney, Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment gave their fanfare to Warner Brothers, to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I don't know why, but they did. So yeah, I don't know what to say now, but number one has to go to the Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment logo from 2008 to 2011. So what is your top 10 scariest logos from your childhood? And you can give me your dishonorable mentions too. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you like them or do you despise them? Let me know in the comments below. My family, friends, and fans. Okay? Alright. This is Goji Horrorfan 1980, signing off. Peace out. Wait a minute. Before I sign off, I'm pretty sure you're all wondering, Zachary, or Goji Horrorfan 1980, whichever you prefer. If you're scared of so many logos like this, then where the freaking hell is the THX logo, man? That logo used to scare the shit out of me when I was a little kid, man. You should have added that to your list, you stupid dumbass. Well, let me answer my statement to your question to end this disagreement before we have a big ass war and you all unsubscribe me. The THX logo never scared me, and it never will. Plus, it's one of my top favorite logos today. The only person the THX logo scared in this family tree is my sister, who is right next door of me, which you'll probably never see anytime soon, because she's stage fright, FYI. So yeah, make sure to smash this like button if you're new. Make sure to request if you want to see my top 50 top fifty favorite logos of all time, and also smash the subscribe button if you're new, and ring that notifications bell for new videos every day. And peace out, y'all.